Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Yes, indeed. Another episode of LoveLine continues. 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. Fax number 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Carolla.
I'm me. I'm Dr. Drew.
He is a board-certified physician.
I thought you were supposed to cut me off more. Let me talk less.
An addiction medicine specialist. Yeah, Drew, you're bringing down the show, man. We have the guys from Love and Rockets coming in here tonight. They're already in here. We're going to bring them in after the first break, talk to them, find out what the hell has been going on with them. They've been out of touch for a little while, working on other things, but they're coming back stronger than ever. Drew, you got anything you want to discuss? Or you want to go for the phones?
I want to go for the phones.
All right. That's what made the show famous. Billy.
Yes?
You're on LoveLine.
All right. I just want to say first thing, you guys are geniuses. You all say some of the wittiest things. You all need to, put out a book or a tape or something.
Well, that's fascinating. We'd say, should we put it on 8-track?
Hey, whatever works.
Oh, okay. All right, Bill. Thank you.
Second thing is, I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, and you all... No. You all couldn't be more right. Anybody that's worth anything from Kentucky needs to get the hell out of here.
Now, I didn't mean... You have to understand that when you're doing comedy, you need a few, geographical references, and you just throw them out, and after a while, you don't even think about it.
But it's true.
But it's true, am I right?
It's true. It's true.
Billy, when are you getting out of there?
ASAP. I'm getting ready to go to college in the fall.
Where are you going?
Well, I'm going to Campbellsville, which is still in state, but that's just till I get my degree.
You're moving on to the bustling metropolis that is Campbellsville? And by the way, here's my rule of thumb. I don't go anywhere that's followed with a ville.
Okay.
I don't care. Otisville, Johnnyville, Campbellville, I don't care what it is. If there's a ville, and let's say it's called, Boobville, Boobville I would consider visiting.
Well, I'd like to go to Chicago.
All right. See, no Ville there.
Right.
Drew's with us again. Drew did a
take my
duck
horse
and
back
cover
in.
there.
Yeah.
All right, Billy, so what's your question?
Well, this is open for either one of y'all. Either one of you can answer it.
Yeah.
I'm having a problem with my ex-girlfriend. We've known each other for 3 years. We've been dating for almost 17.
17 years?
No, 17 months.
17 months.
I'm sorry. She's 17 years old, almost 18. I'm 21, getting ready to turn 22. About 2 weeks ago, she broke up with me and said she needed to sow her wild oats and go out and be free. And
isn't that what the guys say normally?
Yeah,
normally. That's what I thought.
She really said she wanted to go sow her wild oats.
That's exactly what she said.
But in Kentucky, that could actually mean literally sowing some oats somehow.
Could be, but I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, to make a long story short, I went out that weekend. I met some people. I had a good time. 2 days later, she called me back. She wants me back. She's unhappy.
Well, this is the tables are turned, isn't it? Isn't it usually the male story?
Usually the guy says, I want to go out and sow my wild oats. He sits in his apartment knee-deep in beer and masturbates for 3 days watching pornography and then calls her back begging for forgiveness.
She has dates along the way.
And she has dates.
Exactly. This is a slight turn of the table.
But it's the same issue, really. I mean,
right.
Is the relationship over Billy or isn't it?
Well, a part of me resents her for doing this. I mean, really bad, almost to the point.
But before she said anything about you breaking up,
Well, before that, it was a great relationship. We got along great. I mean,
Billy,
sex wasn't a big issue, but we got along great.
Right now, did she go out and have sex?
No,
and you
didn't do anything.
And you went out and had a swinging time.
Well,
so where's the harm?
Look, and Billy, you're going away to school. It sounds like this relationship is sort of...
She made a good point. She said she needed to go out and be free and be her own person. And I found out that when I went out, and I went to a bar and I met two girls, and I went out last weekend to some friends at a college and went to a sorority party and met some girls, and I've been out having fun.
So you're going to be fine.
All right.
You're going to be fine.
Then forget it, Billy. Billy, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
what's your full name? I mean, not your last name, but do you have a middle name? Billy Bob, Billy Joe, Billy Roy?
William Andrew.
Oh, no, that's no good. Billy Andy?
Pretty much.
No, that don't work at all. All right, Billy. Billy.
The relationship's over, Billy. Get on with your life. It sounds like you're quite capable of that, and get out to school, get on with things. Maybe there'll be a future for you guys down the road, but not right now, right?
All right.
All right. I like that accent.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Nice guy.
endearing.
Nice guy.
Doesn't get you far, but...
You don't even...
What?
Could you even point at Kentucky on a map?
I could if I'd point at the one that said Kentucky.
Yeah, right.
You mean if it didn't say anything?
Right.
Oh, hell, I couldn't find the United States on the United States map. Are you kidding? I was so deprived of education. I never even had geology. I think it'd be geography. Cheryl.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
What's going on there?
I need help.
What's up?
You're trapped in a trash can, aren't you?
Possibly.
Cheryl, what's the deal?
I've been dating a guy for about close to 2 years now. He's going to have a good job. He's going to be a pharmacist researcher. I want to marry this man. He hasn't asked me yet. I'm 32.
How long have you been dating him?
Close to 2 years
2
now.
years.
And how old is he?
30.
And is he in the marrying way?
Excuse me?
Is he inclined to be married right now?
Well, he says he wants to marry later on.
And I'm going to make a generalization about men that I think has been substantiated out there, and that is that men oftentimes are more. It's more an issue of where they are in their life than who they're with as to when they marry. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Yeah.
So what should I do? Because I'm ready. I want him in my life. He tells me he loves me. He doesn't say it. He says he shows it. By helping me whenever I need help.
Yeah, but jumping your car is not love. I mean, he won't say it. You've been with him for 2 years.
And he won't tell me he loves me. He'll do anything to help me.
Is he just one of these people that is incapable of expressing that feeling?
You've got it.
Yeah. So it's not whether or not it's not you. It's not the relationship. He just is terribly uncomfortable.
I'm very uncomfortable.
No, he's uncomfortable.
Should I stay or should I go?
All right. You want me to... Cheryl.
Yes.
I'm there. I'm with you. You want me to talk to him?
I'm at work. He's at home.
I'll straighten his ass right out. What's his number?
Area code.
Oh, wait
hold
a minute. I don't even know why I asked that. Is he at home? He's at home. Is he up?
He's at home off work. I work nights. He works days.
Fantastic. All right. We're going to put you on hold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to talk to him.
Where are you, Cheryl? What are you doing right now, Cheryl?
I'm working. I work at a group home for the handicapped during the night. While they're sleeping, I take care of the house and cook, clean for them.
Okay. Hold on, all right?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I'm going to talk some sense to him. What's his name?
Well, I don't know if he's home or not.
Well,
but
we'll try to get him.
What's his
Paul.
name? Paul?
Yes.
All right. We'll straighten Paul out. We're going to put you on hold.
I hope he just doesn't get mad at me.
Not with Adam at the helm.
Believe me, we'll settle it one way or the other. Either you get married tonight or you move in with the old folks.
You know,
right.
After the bowling alley experience last night, I walked out of here the studio last night with actually the scent of this, imagining the smell of what that place was like. What was her name?
She was I can't recall, but she was dating a pin setter, and I think Cheryl was washing bedpans as we spoke to her.
Exactly. I'm really interested in where people are when they're calling us. That call last night was so vivid. Really,
coming home smelling of urine. Kenny.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, you're on LoveLine.
Hey, well, for one, I gotta say my name's John. Okay, it's not Kenny. I sort of felt uncomfortable doing this.
So your real name's John.
Yeah, my name is John.
Okay, I gotta fess up. My real name's Larry.
Oh, I've heard some things about your name.
Kenny, what's going on? John, what's up?
Yeah, well, first I got a question to ask you guys.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that this radio show has an impact, like, on, like, society and, like, as a whole?
We hope. Positive.
Like...
Why?
I don't know. I was doing a report, and I just, like, wanted to ask you guys so I could, like, use this information, you know? Sort of, like, quote you guys.
What about Abe Lincoln? Why don't you just do one on him?
Because you guys are cooler than Abe Lincoln. Come on now.
Oh, all right. And more attractive, I might add. Well, you know, for those who listen, obviously,
Yeah.
and who listen with both ears. Hopefully they're picking up something.
I mean, here's the deal: you can learn about the consequences of your peers' actions. I mean, you hear people doing things and having bad things happen to them, and I'm trying to help you understand why it happens, what the context in which these things happen, and how you can change your own life or behavior so you don't get involved in these kinds of situations.
Yeah, some of the people, I hope I don't get involved in this.
I mean, although we talk about pretty explicit stuff, both of us are actually espousing pretty conservative values. I think.
Oh, yes.
At least I am.
Yes, round up all minorities. Are you talking about that one?
No,
that's
no.
off the air.
No.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No.
Yeah, John.
Except for the Boobville illusion.
John, you have a question? I'm moving to Boobville. You coming with me?
Sure, yeah. I'd probably enjoy it there. No.
John?
Yeah.
You have a question?
I don't mean politically conservative. I mean behaviorally.
All right, get over it, Drew. John, what's your LoveLine question?
He's gone.
All right. Well, I guess that was it. Well, we're off to a flying start. Oh, we have...
finish with Cheryl?
Yeah, okay, we'll get back to Cheryl. Cheryl.
Hi.
He's not home.
He's probably at the lab.
He's.
See,
is that what he's
I
calling
never
it?
know where the hell he is.
Is that what that gay bar's called?
I don't know. He says he's either at the lab or the library. He's a workaholic.
I think he's out boozing and carousing.
Do you really think so?
I have no idea, Cheryl.
I don't know.
Cheryl.
That's frustrating.
Cheryl, listen. You'll never get him to marry you if you whine at him.
Well, what do I do? I'm in a box and I can't get out.
Yes, you can, because there's no bottom on the box. You just have to stand up.
So I got to stand up and maybe say goodbye and find somebody else. But my other problem is I'm kind of heavy, and not too many guys accept me for my weight.
Let me tell you, you're right about that. But the few that do dig you double, baby. You know what I mean? There's not that many guys dig heavy chicks. It could be 90%. It could be 95% of guys. But those 5%, man, they'll be on you like piranha. Am I right?
I guess. I don't know. I never look at other men except for him.
They're out there. And you know what? It's always the skinniest guy. People think fat people should pair up, but it never works that way. Fat people aren't that into fat people. They're fat. There's enough of them. We don't need to see it. They know what fat looks like. It's always the real skinny guys with no ass that are into the big women. How's your boyfriend?
He's skinny. He's from Indonesia.
Indonesian guy. Oh, yeah. Love the big women. It's a sign of prosperity in Indonesia.
Oh.
Not a lot of big broads in Indonesia. You know what I'm saying?
I'm hippie. That's where my weight is.
You're hippie. That's fine. You get yourself a spindly guy with no ass. He will love you. Cheryl?
Yes?
If this guy can't say he loves you after 2 years, I think it's time to move on.
Could be a cultural thing.
Yeah, an Indonesian thing.
We don't know. Don't judge.
I don't know. Yeah, something in the curry. Listen, Cheryl, give him an ultimatum.
Okay.
Tell him it is time for him to commit or move back to his native Indonesia.
Or give at least a time frame.
Get this. He only likes American women.
Then he has to act like an American man and say he loves you even if he doesn't mean it.
Good night.
Was I right about the fat women and the spindly guys, Drew?
Opposites do tend to go together.
All right, look at you. You're such a diplomat. All right, what call you want?
Oh, I'm trying to get on 3 here, but Sherry, put that 3 on hold, all right?
Maya?
Hello.
Hey, you're on LoveLine.
Hi.
Hi.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a question about my boyfriend. We were living together for a couple of years, and he started drinking a lot. And so we broke up, and then we started dating again, and he was, pretty good. He would drink, once in a while around me, but nothing too heavy. And then I started hearing stories from my friends that he was drinking more again.
How old is he?
He is 22.
Mm-hmm. And what do you mean more again?
Well, he was drinking when we were together, and that's kind of why we broke up.
All right, so what do you want us to do?
Well, my question is there anything I can do? I talked to him, and I tried to get him to admit that maybe he has a problem.
Here's what you can do. You can confront him like you've done.
Right.
You can make him understand how it affects you. He might hear that.
Right.
You can give him an ultimatum that either he needs to do something, and namely that would have to be AA or it's going to continue, or you are no longer going to be a part of his life.
That's pretty much what I did. I pretty much gave him an ultimatum.
And you can go to Al-Anon, which is what you should do.
Right.
All right?
Actually, I've been thinking about that.
That's about all you can do. If you go to Al-Anon, you'll get a lot of support. You hear a lot of stories like this. You get some ideas about how you should behave. You get
how to cope.
And you get you get a lot of people who've been through this sort of thing. Right. And you'll meet people who've been through similar kinds of situations. And,
right.
You'll figure it out.
Really about it.
That's
and he needs the consequences, like Drew always says.
Yeah, you've got to bring the consequences to bear, because without the consequences, they're going to keep using. If you want, you can sort of rally the people that are important in his life, if he's at school, the people at school, or his employers, and his family, this sort of thing. And you can
the guys at the brewery.
You can mount the losses and the pressure by bringing the people around him to bear.
Right.
But
he's not. Take a tough stand.
The deal is, he's not your husband.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't need this kind of thing in your life necessarily. And if you do, you really need to go to Al-Anon, all right?
Maya?
Mm-hmm.
This the first alcoholic guy you've dated?
Yes.
First in her life, other than your father.
My father was.
There you go.
All right.
He wasn't an alcoholic, but
all
he
right.
was very abusive.
All right. But
Same
Maya,
kind of attitude.
listen to me. Listen to the truth.
Yes.
If you dump this guy,
yes,
you're going to move on to a Teamster who drives a Budweiser truck. Do you understand that?
And does speed on the weekends.
That is going to be the pathology, as Drew says. So if you do dump this guy, for Christ's sake, don't hook up. I want you to give a guy a breathalyzer on every date.
Right.
All right?
Okay, that makes sense.
All righty. See, we are healing the world, Drew.
Tonight we are.
Andy.
Yes. First of all, I want to tell you guys that you have an excellent show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys are extremely good. I'm in Chicago, and I guess you just came to this market, and I really enjoy listening to you.
Thank you.
I haven't heard a lot of people call who are recovering, and I have 8 years of recovery behind me.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And marijuana was my drug of choice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's nice to hear you talk about marijuana, because a lot of people don't feel.
Doesn't it make you mad when you hear people politicizing pot and making, you know what that drug did to you. You know it. I see it. I see what it does to people every day. And to have to hear people get up and say that it just doesn't happen is just horrible.
Let me say this, though, Drew, about politicizing marijuana. A lot of it is a backlash over people going over the top with it in the first place.
Yeah, but that was
a bunch of stuffy Republicans going,
hey,
marijuana, then alcohol, then heroin,
here's the deal.
Then prison.
There's two things.
We go all the way around.
Wait, that was 30 years ago, okay?
It still goes on.
No, it's 30. Well, the fact is, if you look at people that do harder drugs, 100% start with marijuana. 100% start with tobacco.
Well, it's accessible.
If people cannot abuse it, then that's fine with any drug. But there are people out there that don't.
That's right. You're just biologically inclined to have a certain experience with that drug that it just, it triggers things, and you go with it.
The consequences is my family did an intervention on me.
Good.
Really?
Yeah.
A pot intervention.
It was unbelievable. My brother, who has his heart is a rock, he broke down and started to cry.
Do you have other recovering people in your family?
Actually, no. We tried to trace back to see if there was any alcoholism in our family.
It's got to be there.
Great-great-great-grandfather we thought might be an alcoholic.
Not many marijuana interventions, I would imagine.
You'd be surprised.
Oh, no, I wouldn't. There's not that many.
Not that many, I agree. Not that many.
And the consequences were that my family felt that, number one, that I was a bum, which I was. Luckily, I had an apartment, and some of them thought that I was going to die.
Yeah.
So what happened? You came home, and they were in the living room with the bag packed and everything?
My parents finally became aware that I had a problem. They were kind of in denial, if you want to say that. And my girlfriend, they finally started talking to my girlfriend, who I lived with. My girlfriend explained to them that I really had a problem. So they performed the intervention.
But Adam wants to know what it's like to be the focus of an intervention.
Were you stoned when they sprang it on you?
Yeah, I think I was.
We just sitting in
I almost didn't let him in the apartment.
Oh, that's a downer.
It's an intervention.
That's going to ruin your high, by the way.
Intervention is an ambush. I mean, it needs to be
I did cancel the plane flight because I went out to Arizona for treatment.
You go to Sierra Tucson?
Yeah.
It's a good program.
Pinewood.
It's a good, another good program.
Let me tell you, when you're stoned, just mom or dad calling is a bummer.
Well, I would just hang up on him.
Them being in your living room with a bag packed and your neighbors and your gym coach and everyone standing around reading a script has got to be horrible.
They didn't do that. There was someone running the intervention who was a professional. And it was the worst moment in my life, but it turned out to be the best moment as well.
All right, so you're 8 years sober, but you still haven't found a job. Am I right?
Actually, I have a good job. I sell real estate. And today I have a life. Not that it's any easier, but today I have a life.
Good.
I'm very lucky. And it'd be great to hear more people talk about their stories.
Well, we get a lot of marijuana calls, but...
Just to punctuate what you said, some people have concerns about the anonymity issues, and so they hold back. So if you don't hear much of that, that's part of the reason.
Yeah, blame it on anonymity. Well, when we come back...
Tradition.
We're going to have the guys from LoveLine Rockets, and we will be back.
Call LoveLine, 1-800-LOVE-191. LoveLine will be right back.
The following is a...
Hi, this is the cast of Partners. I'm John Cryer.
Dave Donovan.
Kathleen Whitburn. And I'm Maria Patillo.
And you're listening to
LoveLine.
Adam Carolla.
And Dr. Drew.
Really cool.
Oh, Jesus, how'd we get through that one, Mike? Let me get the phone number out, 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. Fax number 310-854-4455. We're here with Daniel Ash, Kevin Haskins, and David J. from LoveLine Rockets. I'm Adam Carolla. He is Dr. Drew. Boys, welcome to the show.
Hi. Thank you. Hello. Can I just take this opportunity to say hello to...
Me mum.
Yes, go ahead.
Jimmy Iries, who helped get me here through...
$50.
He works with the AAA.
AAA?
Yeah, that's the one.
He came out and jump-started your Volkswagen, and we
It's
have
just
to
the
dedicate 10 minutes of the show to him?
Yeah, that's it.
Adam, can you help this guy? You know something about cars, don't you?
Yeah, this is Kevin, by the way, who had a little problem with his Volkswagen Thing. Now, people don't know what a Volkswagen Thing is. It's basically like a Volkswagen Bug with no roof and no doors. The Volkswagen Thing,
engine.
if you ever see any of that...
No oil.
No,
It's the sort of pre-Humvee.
Yeah, if you ever go back and look at any of that World War II footage,
right.
It's basically the car Hitler was carted around in. That is what a Volkswagen Thing is.
That's what Kevin's got.
You still got the swastika on the hood, don't you?
No, I'm not into that sort of thing.
It's an air-cooled engine. It doesn't need water. Meaning it's a Volkswagen air-cooled type engine.
Yeah.
The only thing he had to suss out was putting oil in
Yeah,
it.
there's one thing. There's just only one way to screw that car up is
Oil.
not put oil in it.
Oil.
And Brainiac Kevin over here.
No oil.
A long time. A long time.
A long time.
But you guys are in a rock band. You don't have to worry with that
He
nonsense.
screwed a car. I had a van in England, and he borrowed it for a week, and it came back, and it started making these clacking sounds. And the guy says somebody's been thrashing this, and they haven't put any oil in it.
Yeah,
and then there was another car he had. He had an old 2002 that I had to sell for him when he cleared off over.
Oh, 2002 BMW?
Yeah,
yeah, that's a nice car.
Real nice car.
That was Mussolini's car.
So anyway. Yeah, and then he says, "Oh, Dan, could you sell me car for me, please? Because I'm living in Los Angeles now." So he left me in Northampton to sell it in England.
You know, that clacking...
It's like, the first thing I checked was the spark plugs and the oil. No oil.
What is the clacking?
No oil.
One of the piston rods going through the side of the...
Maybe now he's going to remember.
No, the clacking is when the oil pressure's low, it doesn't work the push rod, so that's valve. That's valve noise.
Valve's clicking.
Yeah, let me just give a quick automotive message. Lord knows where this show's going, but I'm saying when that oil light, when that dummy light comes on in your car...
Yeah, but he ain't got one of those.
Yeah, he's too dumb to even have the dummy light.
It's before that.
You got to put oil in.
Before they were in there, you see.
Yeah, you're like 4 quarts low when that light comes on. That doesn't mean, you're weakest tablespoonful.
It doesn't have a light. There's no light.
All right, let's not...
It's a pre-light model.
This isn't the click and clack the Tappet brothers in the automotive show.
He's got one of those, the ones with the candles instead of headlights. Just going back a bit.
Horse-drawn Volkswagen. All right, let's talk about you guys and the music and the new CD, Sweet F.A. What is F.A.? That's the name of
Do you
the...
really want to know?
F is F?
F is F.
And A
well,
is...
It does
A
have
is all.
it does have another meaning, Sweet Fanny Adams.
Oh, sure. She's huge in the States.
Yeah?
Who the hell is that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Doesn't mean anything?
Actually, that's true. That is true. That came before. I think that came later. The naughty word, but Sweet Fanny Adams, which means basically nothing. Zilch. Zero.
Oh, okay.
It's an English way of saying nothing.
Right.
Zero.
Okay, so but the F is F.
The F is
and the
F,
A is all?
Yeah.
Well, what kind of message is that for the kids?
It's nihilism, isn't it? It's very in at the moment.
Yeah, but I
Sells
know.
records,
Yeah, you
nihilism.
sell records by telling everyone to F off.
No, it doesn't mean that. But I think when we were making the thing, we didn't have anything. We have no money.
We had nothing.
We have no money. We have nothing. Zilch. So it was like it was symbolic, of the times we were going through.
All right, we're all
And
crying.
that's still, so if anybody wants to give us some money or something, that's great.
Let's talk about you guys burning down the house that you recorded this CD
We
in.
didn't burn down the house.
One of you fell asleep smoking pot or something. I know it.
No, we don't smoke pot, do we?
Well,
That'd be silly.
Or crack, whatever it was.
There you go. There.
But seriously, tell the story.
Somebody came downstairs at 7 o'clock in the morning, and the mixing desk that we were using was aflame. And like 10, 15 minutes later, the whole house was going up. And like 20 minutes, we were jumping out of bedroom windows. This was at 7 in the morning.
Right, because you just gone to bed about an hour earlier.
That's right. Exactly.
2 hours earlier.
2 hours. Yeah, all right.
Daniel, get up on that mic, would you?
Hello. Is this microphone working?
That's good.
That's
Lean
better.
forward. You guys, you should see these
very
guys.
nice lemonade here.
It's like Spinal Tap in here. They're drinking
Yeah.
beer. They just put out their cigarettes.
Yeah.
We're going to put a big hookah pipe in the middle of the console here, and everyone's going to get loaded. All right, we're going to go to the phones
And
now.
we burn the studio down.
You guys are going to help, right?
We'll try.
Yeah, because Americans have very strange problems. And then a little later in the show, we're going to get into the, you guys are all from the UK, and we're going to get into the UK jargon for words like penis and vagina and gay and stuff like that. We've tried this before. It fell flat, but this time I feel real good about
The
it.
penis fell flat. Never mind.
So you
Where
guys
there's a will.
start thinking of your answers. All right, Drew, where do you want to go?
These numbers.
We're going to 4. Kim.
Yes, hi.
Hey, you're on LoveLine with Lovin' Rockets.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello.
I would like your advice about a problem I'm having. I've been with my boyfriend for 3 years now, and we're going to get married, but we're having a conflict between our two families. He's Native American, and his family wants a traditional Indian marriage, and I'm from Swedish descent, and my family wants a traditional minister in white dress kind of wedding.
Can't you guys just compromise and get a rabbi?
Or can't you do both, like on different?
I don't know.
You know, I mean, can't you have one ceremony and then the
agree on
other?
anything.
I mean, really, if it's that important to both that they experience.
They're both stubborn.
What? How does a Native American wedding work?
What tribe is it? First of all,
Wear a traditional dress and
what is the tribe?
And
What's the tribe?
Hi, how are you?
oh, what tribe?
Yeah,
Dakota.
Dakota Indians.
All right.
You're up in Wisconsin,
South Dakota.
South Dakota.
You guys, in England, you don't have. Who'd you kick off the land? We have the American Indians here.
Well, I know that's part of the problem. I don't like
the
being
Celtic
a white
people.
girl in the first
Oh yeah, the Brits just went all over the world and destroyed everyone's lives. That's right. That's different. But they kept their own land as it was. So why I don't know. Can you flip a coin?
No, can't. I bet you neither family will back away from this kind of thing. But isn't there a way you can have both ceremonies in some fashion?
That might be possible.
Can't you combine the two? You know, take the elements that are meaningful to
right,
both of you
right.
and think of your own
or even have
ceremony.
two separate ceremonies if necessary. Find a way. Be creative. Think of a way that you can make both families.
Trying to get them to compromise on something.
You can dip buffalo cubes in fondue. That would be a compromise.
Lefka and buffalo.
Kim.
Yes.
Kim, you guys love each other, right?
Yes, we do.
All right, this sounds like nothing. You love each other.
Weddings make people crazy, by the way.
Yeah, don't bother getting married. It'll only screw it up anyway.
No, I don't mean weddings are bad. I mean the ceremonies make people crazy.
Yeah, but that's another answer actually. Like if there is a big problem within the two different ceremonies, then just don't have a ceremony at all. Just live together and be happy.
Or maybe just have a legal marriage without a big ceremony.
There you go.
Or elope. Yeah, go to Vegas, do something like that. That's the problem. The parents meddle.
The whole family meddles. When it comes to weddings, wait till your time comes. It makes people pretty wild.
I'll tell you, whatever one I'm going with is whatever one her folks pay for.
Oh, that's right.
That's whatever it is.
You ask nothing from your family, they give you nothing, right?
I will become a Jehovah's Witness as long as her parents pay for it. I'm going with it. Whatever it is. I'll walk on coals. Does not matter to me. Bill?
Hello, Love and Rockets. I'd like to thank you guys. I lost my virginity to your song "So Live."
We're not responsible, Bill. You got to hold us responsible for that.
No, it was a great time, but thank you very much.
We got a guy on hold who got herpes of that song later. So,
my question is for Dr. Drew. A lot of people like to use the term "sexual peak," kind of throw it around a lot, and I was wondering what the medical definition of that was. Is it like the time for best orgasms or most fertile, or what?
No, I don't know the precise definition, but they're basically talking about the time in which the sexual biology is most prominent. That's about the best way I can describe it. When you would be most preoccupied about sex. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay.
And you'd be most able to perform due to the biologic peak.
Yeah.
Okay, that things are functioning as well as they are ever going to function.
When's that?
Basically.
Okay.
You
what
pass.
age is that for
You're
guys,
gone.
then?
You're
I'm
done.
curious.
It's happened. No,
It's
not
a
Bill.
long time ago,
The Love and
dear.
Rockets guys.
Okay.
Yeah, believe me, guys, we're all on the dark side of the mountain. We're all coasting down the backside. We're cartwheeling down the backside of our sexual peak.
Well, somebody told me
Speak for
that sexual
yourself.
peak for a guy is supposed to be 18 years old.
That's
right?
correct. That is correct.
Well, I wasn't interested in sex till I was 23.
Had you been, you would have been more then than...
Yeah, but I wasn't.
Well,
so is that like
there are other
really
factors.
uncommon?
No, there are other factors. I mean, when you're a teenager, often people are depressed, people are preoccupied about a lot of other things, so it may not be a prominent issue in your life. But
No, I wasn't depressed. I just was at other things.
Well, but it's.
I think my mum said I was a late developer. Like,
Did you have hair on your parts and stuff at 18?
yeah, not much. No, I don't think I was shaving until I was about 30.
How you doing now?
I'm not bad.
Okay. We're going to go for a pube check later in the show.
Okay.
It's custom here in the
with you?
States. Now, yeah, but what it is, it's an truth for Pulse. It's an average. I mean, some guys hit it at 15, some guys hit it at 21, so the average
actually,
is 18.
late puberty is associated with longevity.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, really?
There you go. Sorry, Adam.
Well, no, I didn't start masturbating until I was
remember
16.
My older brother was shaving when he was about 14, 15. He could grow a beard, you know.
And now he's over the hill sexually.
I don't know, but he looks a lot older than he is.
Right, but see, the big ironic joke is God's cruel joke on humanity is guys hit it at 16, 17, 18. They can't find a woman to save their lives. Women hit it at 34.
Or so.
Guys are in their TV watching peak at 34. We're in our snacking peak, it's called. At that age, we can't satisfy the women anymore. We have prostate problems. We lose our erections quickly. It's not. It doesn't work out.
How old are you?
I'm 31.
What, and you're having all these problems?
I've lived 1,000 lives.
Oh, right, that's what it is. So you burnt yourself out quick then?
I was impotent in a past life, yeah.
Right.
And we'll be back.
LoveLine.
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 The phone number for LoveLine is 1-800-LOVE-191.
We'll be right back.
All right, we're back with Daniel Ash, Kevin Haskins, and David J. from Love and Rockets. The phone number here at LoveLine, 1-800-LOVE-191. The fax number, 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Carolla. He is Dr. Drew, and we were talking about something about 10 seconds ago during the commercial which was the guys from Love and Rockets, are all from the UK, and saying that this is very foreign to them, the fact that this wouldn't go on in the UK. People calling in, talking about having venereal warts and their husband's impotent, all sorts of very personal problems like this, because it's a different environment in Britain.
Different culture, really.
It's just not cricket.
But sometimes I'll watch TV and they'll televise, I guess it's the House of Commons or a Parliament meeting or something, and Margaret Thatcher will get up there and start that, "Hey, you fat bitch, sit down!" And they'll start yelling at her, which we wouldn't do here. I mean, if Clinton, or I guess John Majors now, if Clinton stands up, makes a speech, we don't start yelling at him. We let him finish. And now, that is weird to us. So I mean, that is the rudest thing in the world.
Stand up and whistle and yell.
Right.
That's a relatively new thing in England as well. That's only happened over the last, say, 5-6 years.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, it is?
No.
On the
broadcast, it's been going on hundreds of years, you know.
Right. They heckle. These guys are up there with the powdered wigs and stuff, and with the right, sir, honorable gentlemen, and they start yelling at the guy. Now, that's weird. Number 2, you got the Benny Hill thing.
Yeah. But actually, I think that was more popular over here, probably, than in England.
More.
Oh, was?
Which is bizarre to us, and also the thing with Monty Python, the fact how, considering the American humour is very different from the English humour. And yet, Monty Python was like a big smash here, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, but it wasn't. It was in England
was in
too.
England as well, yeah. But it's so English.
But the English humor, oftentimes, is very large and over the top and slapstick. You wouldn't expect it coming from that culture.
Right. Well, that's an extreme reaction to the status quo in England.
Right. So I'm just saying, there's some interesting counterpoints here. Also, this whole thing now with Princess Di and who she's sleeping around with, and everybody knee deep into that. I think the country is sort of repressed and then explodes on certain topics, like way over the top with the Di thing.
Yeah.
And way over top at the House of Commons.
Yeah.
And way over the top with Benny Hill.
You know what's you would know. I was in London about a year ago, and you can walk through Hyde Park in the middle of the night, and the great concern on everyone's mind is, watch out, you might run into a pickpocket.
Oh, really?
I mean, I'm thinking about automatic weapons and things that could come my way, and they're concerned about a pickpocket.
Oh, here, if you're just pickpocketed, you're considered the lucky. Yeah. You're like blessed. People rub up against you. They want more luck. Yes, we should only be so lucky that we have our wallets taken from us here.
Yeah, Mrs. Jones has, lost her cat, and could you please, phone up such and such a number if anybody sees a little pussy.
Do the Bobbies carry guns?
No,
they still don't.
I reckon it's one of the only countries in the world where the police don't carry guns.
No, they do at airports.
Yeah, but that's a different thing. Generally, in all the cities in everywhere in the UK, we're supposed to be pretty proud about that as well. The fact that we don't have to carry guns yet. It's still the case. I mean, the Bobby on the street don't carry a gun.
I just read that the Bobby in Manchester has now done away with the traditional pointed helmet in favour of the American flat caps, and they're also wearing bomber jackets. But then Manchester's always
good.
kind of...
They'll look good then.
All right,
kind of more trendy.
You guys done?
What?
This is
you guys
important
are just having a
information.
comment. No one cares.
This is important information.
It was my fault for bringing it up. All right, we're going back to the phones. Love and Rocket's going to be all over it. Drew, Lori?
Yes.
You're on LoveLine.
Okay, I have a question. My fiance lives in England. Okay, he wants me to move over there, but I have a problem. I have a daughter, and my ex-husband would probably try to stop me. I was wondering what I could do.
You stuff her in a Samsonite and see if she makes it past customs? Can you bring her carry-on? Will she fit in the overhead?
She'll fit. Yeah.
All right. So obviously this is a job for the courts, right?
Probably.
You have joint custody.
Yeah.
Okay.
The problem.
So he's going to have to give his blessing.
Right. Or you're going to have to leave her behind. Why isn't your fiancé coming out here, since you obviously have the tie here to this country?
Well, he would have to give up his job.
God forbid.
What is his job?
He's on the dole.
No, he works in laboratory.
You couldn't begin to look for a job out here?
Well, actually, he could.
There you go.
It would be easier.
No.
Is it a fish and chips lab, or is it something he could do out here?
No. It's not efficient.
Also, your daughter. What is your daughter's relationship like with her father?
Not too much. She doesn't see him very often.
But does she love her dad?
Yeah.
You want to take her away from?
I promote
Look,
that.
but Lori, do you want to take her? Don't you think that's a good thing? Don't you think that's a good thing?
That she loves her dad?
That the dad be available, that the child know that the dad cares about her,
Well, I'm
sees
not
her.
trying to take her away from him. I'm just trying to start a life.
I know, but I think on behalf of your daughter, you ought to make an effort to keep yourself and she near the father, provided he's not abusive or some reason that he should be, driven from your life.
Well, I was going to offer to send her back, like, summer or 3 times a year.
See if you can get your fiance out here. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want her. You don't want her reared in England. Get all pale and weak. Take all those taxes.
That's right.
Hey, get hooked on that flat, warm beer.
It's all downhill from there on, man, really.
She won't learn the value of packing heat. She won't learn to carry a gun. It's all going to be downhill. Mitch?
Yes.
You're on LoveLine.
Hi, Love and Rockets.
Hello, Mitch.
Hello, Adam, Dr. Drew. I got a problem with, I've been dating this girl for just a few days. She just came back from Greece. I dated her before she went to Greece. That was about 5 months ago. And I treated her like crap. I broke up with her. Now I'm trying to make up for that. I'm trying to win her over, trying to be Mr. Romantic. And she wants to leave back for Greece in 2 months.
Right. How can you dump her again if you don't win her back?
Mitch?
I don't want to dump her again. I want her to stay here, and I want to be with her. And I want to know.
2 words. Stuffed olives.
Excuse me?
Stuffed olives and Greek salads.
David. Oh, I'm sorry, Mitch. I'm sorry,
Vine
that was
leaves.
David, Mitch. Mitch?
Yes.
You screwed up. She wants to go back to Greece. Here's the deal. If you convince her not to do something she wants to do, not to go somewhere that she wants to go, you're going to put a ton of pressure on the relationship. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And you're probably not going to be able to live up to it. 6 months down the road, you're probably going to feel the same way you felt when you dumped her at the 5-month point before.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying, Mitch? Be a man.
Well, I don't think I'm that much of a jerk now that I think things would work out.
How long's it been?
It's been 5 months since I...
5 months, you're the same guy. You haven't even changed your underwear, Mitch.
Anyway.
Mitch, let her go. Let her go. Be a man.
She should want to stay here because, we're...
Let her go. Let her go and give her your blessing so she's not freaked out when she's trying to have sex with strangers in Greece. We're going to play a song by Love and Rockets off the CD Sweet F.A., and that song is Sweet Lover Hangover.
Could you stay away from me? To so many now I can't see. Just waiting for the jerk to phone. See you waiting by the telephone. I'd that sweet love of mine. Sweet love of mine. Sweet love of mine. You know a million days are gonna fall.
Oh, that was Sweet Lover Hangover from Love and Rockets.
How much time do you spend trying to figure that out, by the way?
Why I love big breasts? No, not much. I think 2 hours a day. You know, I don't know. We were just talking with Daniel Ash from Love and Rockets. He says he loves the vampire movies with the big fangs and the big breasts. I think it's the big breasts you're attracted to.
Well, I'm attracted to both. You know, it's just like I find those teeth. You know, when it's with a female vampire, I find it really sexy.
All right.
But since I was 12, it's been like a total fascination.
But
I used to do that instead of when a teenager. Instead of going out on Friday and Saturday night, I used to deliberately stay in. And in England we used to have like horror films. It was either The Mummy, which was crap, or it was Frankenstein or Dracula. And I always used to hope it was the Dracula thing because that was very romantic and all that.
Right.
And like when you had the brides of Dracula and all that, these beautiful, you know, shapely women with the teeth, and the teeth I found really attractive.
But here's my contention: the breasts without the teeth you could live with.
Oh yeah.
But you wouldn't want the teeth without the breasts.
That's true.
So I'm saying it's
That's
the breasts.
True. Well, it's both. No, of course it's in real life. But I'm saying that the actual image of these women when they actually smiled and you saw these pointy teeth, I found that intriguing and very attractive.
But not in an oral way. I mean, you wouldn't want them pleasuring you with those teeth, would you?
No, I just want no.
No.
Are you sure? I'm not a masochist. Sure? No, not in that way anyway. Mentally I am, but not physically.
Daniel?
But, I just like the look of it. I just thought it looked great.
We got to go
what's my problem?
We got to go to a break here. We're gonna figure it out during the break. We're going to tell everyone when we come back. But I'm thinking you and me, I'm starting this place called...
Well, you got the same thing. You got the same fetish.
I'm starting a place called Boobville. I'm starting a colony. So you can be like the ambassador.
That sounds good to me.
We'll start a band.
Great.
Danny and the Boobs. And we'll be back.
Hello, this is my dog. His name's Dave. Sit, stay. Roll over. Roll. No, Dave, no.
LoveLine will be right back. Stay.
All right, we're back, and we're going to be back again in 10 seconds.
This is LoveLine on
radio station.
All right, I'm going to reset the show. This is LoveLine. The phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. The fax number, 310-854-4455. We're here with Daniel Ash, Kevin Haskins, and David J. from Love and Rockets. We're also here with Dr. Drew, who's a board-certified physician, Dixon medicine specialist. And, guys, I wanted to get to this. We're going to try it again. If this doesn't work, we'll just forget it. Not that we've tried it before with you guys, but when we have British bands in here once in a while, we know there's a little different lingo over there. Over the pond, as you would say. And you have different terms for different parts and different acts.
Yes, we do.
And between the three, I think you can come up with the English version, the Queen's.
That you cannot say on the radio.
Well, that is, I mean...
No, it's okay.
That's the
Don't
word,
repeat it.
you know.
It's
You did
okay.
it, you asked.
Okay, yeah. Adam, thanks for asking.
We heard the C word. All right. Any other derogatory terms for vagina?
It's
that
not
we can't say?
derogatory, really. It's just a good old Anglo-Saxon word, you know.
Okay. What about penis?
Willy wanky woo.
Willy wanky woo?
Yeah.
Willy.
That was a movie out here, I think. All right, so we got Willy. All right, now what about gay?
Gay.
Poofter?
Woofter?
Woofter.
Yeah.
Shirt lifter.
Ginger? Shirt lifter?
Shirt lifter.
Why shirt
Bender.
lifter?
Well, think about it.
Okay, I mean like your shirt has tails hanging out in the back?
There you go.
Okay, shirt lifter. I'm cool with that. Lesbian.
Dyke.
Dyke. Oh, we know dyke. I think we may have invented
I've
dyke.
been here for
It's
too long.
universal.
Don't try to claim dyke. Anything
Okay.
other than dyke?
Okay.
Pant dropper, sandal wearer, tennis player, nothing. Okay. Sodomy, the act of sodomizing.
Bugger.
Bugger?
Bugger.
You would buglerize someone?
No, you would bugger them.
Oh, okay.
If you were so inclined.
All right. Oral sex to a female, like you, which you would do.
I've got a great one. Yodeling in the canyon. That's an old nautical term.
Oh, okay. But that wouldn't be exclusively English or Anglo-Saxon.
I think it is. I think it's an English nautical term.
Okay. What about male? What about what we call blowjob here?
Same.
Same?
Yeah.
Nothing good?
Nothing more. No.
Goblin.
Same. No, same.
Munching the crumpet? Nothing?
Oh, muff diving.
No, that's
Oh,
the other. That's the other way. You're getting confused
That's another
now.
one, actually. Yeah, going back to the other question, muff diving.
Yeah, but that's English. That's
what
our English. No,
that's
we're
your
claiming that. Yeah.
Oh, you're claiming that?
Yes, we claim muff diving in the name of the United States and the free colonies.
You think so?
Yes, we do.
I must say that there's one crucial term here that causes a lot of problems, as you know, culturally between the two nations, and this is again going back to the female genitalia.
This is David J, by the way.
This is fanny, which in your neck of the woods means something very different to what it means in our neck of the woods.
All right, it means rear end.
It means rear end, but in our neck of the woods it means front end.
Oh, really?
It means front bottom.
Really?
Yes, it does.
So if you
So
gave
you can
someone a
imagine
polite-
the problems that this
Right.
can entail.
Right, gave her a little tap on the fanny.
Exactly.
That gets you thrown in jail in England.
Well, it can get you, you know,
Here it's
anywhere.
It's considered
It can get you
foreplay
into
here.
all sorts of trouble.
All right.
Any way you like.
Well, you guys participate in that, and I thank you. Melissa.
Sex crimes.
Yes.
You're on Love Line with Love and Rockets.
Well, hello, Adam.
Hey.
Dr. Drew and everybody from Love and Rockets.
Hello.
What's up? Hello.
I have a serious problem. I am 21 years old, and I've been engaged for almost 2 years. I've been with a guy for 4 years, and I don't like to have sex.
That was a Love Line gallery.
That's hell of a problem.
With him or with, you think it's just him or anybody?
Well, I've only had sex with him.
What do you think the problem is?
Well, I was molested when I was a kid.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
And I've tried to go to therapy for it, but I couldn't afford it. My benefits should be kicking in within the month, so hopefully.
How long were you abused for?
I don't know. I blocked it out. I can only remember one frame of it.
And how old were you then?
I would say I was about 6.
Who was the abuser?
A person up around the block.
Do you think it happened more than once?
I don't know. I have no idea.
How did you come onto this? Did you start having nightmares or something like that?
No, I've always known it, but I mean, it doesn't like consciously affect me. Like it doesn't get me like, oh, you know, heartbroken or anything. But I know it affects me.
Right.
You know.
Right. If it was a single episode, the consequences from that could be relatively mild. I mean, it could be something that could be solved pretty readily with therapy. If it was sort of recurrent or terrible abuse of some type, it can be a pretty tough thing to get over and deal with.
What was the age difference between you and the perp?
Oh, I would say, I'd say he's like maybe 40.
Oh, okay. So this.
It's a
all right,
man.
so that's
He's an
worse.
older man. I believe he was married.
Yeah, a shame.
And but still not as bad as a family member, something like that. I mean, on the crap scale.
On the crap scale of how much your trust in people can be violated, right? You know, Melissa, it seems like you're able to sustain a solid relationship. This is the one area where it makes sense that you'd be having repercussions of this kind of a traumatic event in childhood. Get into a therapeutic relationship. Typically, these kinds of things take a lot of time to work out, like years.
Right.
So prepare just to hunker down with the therapist for a while and get through it. But it can be dealt with. It can be dealt with.
And you've talked to your boyfriend or fiance about...
He's great about it.
All right. I mean, it's a perfect situation for you to grow, to get through this.
Do you have any suggestions about him? Because I hate putting him through this. You know, it's been 4 years. I mean, I used to not tell him. Like, probably the first 2.5 years, I never told him that I didn't like it. I just did it, you know. But I've gotten to the point now where I just don't even want to do it.
Right,
I tell him, no, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to.
Right, and this is going to create a rift in the relationship.
Yeah,
I mean, no matter how understanding the guy is, he's 21, 22.
But on the other hand, if he really loves her and she says, look, I'm going to take care, I'm going to do something about this, it's going to change because I want it to change, he'll stand by.
Yeah, but you do have to do something about it.
Yeah. Okay.
And, I'm trying to... The business that I'm in, I'm a dancer. Do you think that gets in the way? Or could that have an effect?
Yeah, that's going to...
Oh, wait a minute. Is this ballroom, modern, tap, or jazz?
Yeah.
You're a nudie dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I would... It sort of cast a different light on your situation here. I would suspect you were abused more than just single time. It's usually that kind of choice of occupation is.
Well, I don't do it full time. I have another job.
I understand, but the need to.
Well, you can't work 40 hours a week shaking your ass.
Can you understand?
I mean, I've tried. Lord knows I've tried.
Just from a sort of abstract standpoint, can you understand how the need to master males that way is something that horrified you so much when you were a child? Now you have mastery over all that because you've got control of these guys when you're up there on stage. It is an acting out of this early trauma, and it's not a therapeutic or productive way to act it out for you. Until all that ends, it's going to be tough for you to get on with things. It really
and also, I've noticed...
you notice how many other your colleagues there have been abused too? Right? Talk to them. You'll find that most of the women have been.
Yeah, some of them have.
Most of them have been.
Yeah. It's sad but true.
I noticed when I am confronted with sex with my fiance, I turn into a little kid. I get nervous.
Yeah.
I think I'm not doing it right.
Listen, you got to get some therapy, okay?
Okay.
Get the benefits kicked in, get going.
But it's going to take a while.
Make some changes, all right?
It's going to take a while.
It's going to take quite some time.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, but you'll be all right.
Until then, could you work a Love and Rockets song into your set? Just as a sort of homage
blah,
to the
blah.
guys?
Sure.
Yeah, coming to the stage. We got Amber. Look at her. Come on, fellas. Be generous. Show her you love her. She was molested when she was younger, so come on, ante up. She needs therapy. You never hear him work that in. That was a little morbid humor.
Yeah, it's dark, black humor.
You guys pissed off now?
Yeah, I'm empathizing. As much as I can. I wasn't in that position.
No one here molested?
No, but what can you say? I mean,
yeah,
good luck.
Don't be embarrassed for empathizing with them. it's a common problem in this country. Unfortunately, just terribly common. And right now,
something that occurred to me from living here. I don't know if it goes unsaid in England. Maybe
no, I think it's an epidemic here.
It seems to be
phenomenal. I don't know. It's probably the violence in this society as much as anything. But what's happening now is
it's a worldwide thing. I think.
Yeah, but now
it's just that we keep quiet about it. Probably.
I think it is. Here's what's happening in this country: is that the children that were abused go out and become the perpetrators of abuse when they're older children or even they're young teenagers. When they're 8 to 13, they start abusing 6-year-olds. So you get this exponential growth of this. It's bad news.
No, but I've heard this. I've seen documentaries on the same thing in England. It's rife in England as well. It's a big problem in the UK, and I think it's worldwide. I don't think it's just the USA at all.
Definitely what you'd call a negative cycle. Laura.
Yeah.
You're on LoveLine with Love and Rockets.
Hi. I have a question about asthma and acid.
Asthma and acid.
Yeah. Well, I'm like a serious asthmatic, but yet I've been sober for a while now. I went through treatment and everything, but I was wondering if acid had any effect on that.
In other words, you were using an acid was one of the drugs you were using?
Yeah, that was my drug of choice.
And now you have a lot of asthma?
Well, no, I had asthma at the time also, but I went to the hospital a lot and stuff, and would it have any effect on having because my lung collapsed also?
God, I have seen some very strange reactions to acid. I had another kid I was treating who has excess pressure in his brain, hydrocephalus, and I believe it was caused by acid. He took a sheet of acid in an attempt to hide something he had from some authorities, and was so sick. I mean, he's permanently has to have a shunt in his brain.
I mean, how many hits were on that sheet?
10 or 20, something like that. I mean, a lot.
So the cops were banging on the door. He shoved the whole thing. Now, you used to be able to do that with pot and certain other drugs, but acid really not a good idea.
People, the physiologic effects of acid are really not that well understood. Most of the damaging effects are to the brain. I don't know of any effect on the lung. Okay, Laura?
Okay.
Good luck. Shane.
Yeah.
You're on LoveLine.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good.
Hey, I have a problem. I saw this guy on Wednesday, and we got to know each other and everything. We went out Wednesday night, went up into the mountains, and just spent the whole night just having fun, and came back. And for the past 5-6 days, we've seen each other or talked to each other every day.
Shane?
Yeah.
Do your friends know you as Shane the shirt lifter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But my problem is I told him today that I really liked him, and I would like to get a little closer, but I don't know how he feels.
Well, all right. You met a guy and you immediately went to the mountain with him.
We went up to the mountains. We never touched each other. We just spent the whole night just talking, getting to know each other. Later Thursday, I sent him a rose to his work, just to thank him for taking me out.
All right, Shane.
Yeah.
Should we call him?
I don't care.
Why don't we do that? Is he home?
Yeah.
All right, so let's just quick recap. You met the guy, you went to the mountain, you didn't fool around. No. Right?
That's right.
You came back down the mountain, none the worse for wear. You sent him a rose to his work, and he hasn't really responded.
Well, we went out and had lunch today. And like I said, we've seen each other, or I've been to his work. He wouldn't, I spent 3.5 hours at his work with him the other night, and then went home and stayed all night with him at his house. We slept 15, 20 feet apart. We just, I feel uncomfortable. I want to be close to him, but at the same time, I'm afraid to be around him. I don't know.
All right, we're going to work that. But you're comfortable with your homosexuality?
Yes.
And you think he is?
Oh yeah, he's totally comfortable with it.
Well, why aren't you guys getting it on?
I don't know.
All right.
I'm afraid to make the first move.
Sounds like both of them are just really shy.
Yeah, but you're in a pup tent.
I know.
I mean,
he like I said, he came after lunch today. He came to my house. We had some wine. Just relaxed, and then.
All right, listen.
Why don't you just take your time and just take it over the next month or so and see what happens? You don't have to dive in straight away anyway.
Oh, I know. I thought about and I told him today. I said we could take our time. I said I'm not wanting to.
So
really
Daniel, get up on that like it was the male genitalia. Come on.
No, come on. What's the problem with that then? Why don't you just take it slowly?
Well, I want to take it slowly, but this is the first guy that I've liked in over 3.5 years.
Well, great. That sounds really good. Just take it one step at a time.
Why don't you suggest another trip up the mountain, see what happens?
Well, he asked if I like to go horseback riding.
Well, there you go.
Well,
that's an answer in itself. The fact that he's interested.
Positive.
So
but see, then afterwards, after I told him how I felt and everything, and and told him that I would like to be a little closer than friends. He just got real quiet, and he really never said anything much afterwards.
Well, I think it's a case of time will tell.
Or maybe he's got somebody else.
Yeah. Well, he just broke up with someone a couple of months ago.
Well, there you go. It's a question mark on if he wants to get involved with somebody else straight away anyway.
Shane.
Yeah?
Dr. Ash here.
Shane, you both sound like you're pretty demure. You're pretty shy, both of you.
Yeah.
One of you is going to have to make a move, otherwise you guys are just going to sit around eating s'mores and camping every weekend and not getting any sex.
That's the way that it's been.
But if you can't nail someone in a pup tent, you're never going to get them.
He's only talking about a week or two.
I respect him so much that I don't even want to. I'm afraid to even touch his hand.
How long you met him a couple of weeks ago?
How about the hem of his garment?
That's not healthy, Shane.
Shane.
Yeah.
Shane, come on, have some balls.
Well, I want to respect him though. That's just that. I want him to feel totally comfortable.
All right,
around
Shane, here's what you do. Now, I'm going to lay out a quick itinerary for you guys. Go horseback riding and kiss him, okay?
Okay.
Go parasailing and feel his ass.
No,
okay?
That could be the totally wrong thing to do.
Go
'cause the other guy
windsurfing, give him a
just
hand
split.
job. Wait, I'm working up
No,
to
no,
something.
No? Oh, okay, go on then. Because that's like, if the guy's just split up with somebody else, you don't want to just dive into something straight away.
All
so
right.
you got to give him time.
Shane, just take it slow. Enjoy the guy. If he enjoys you, things are going to work out.
Well, that's like he said.
All right, I've had enough of Shane's whining. For Christ's sake. I don't mean to be cruel, but
You're
the guy went
such a
camping.
hard bastard.
Well, we don't have all the time in the world here. And let's say if you can't get any in a tent, I mean, you should theoretically be able to put a pup tent on the floor of your church and have sex in it. Doesn't matter where the tent is, by the way.
Oh, you're an American by any chance?
I'm an ugly American. Frank.
Yeah.
Hey, you're on LoveLine with Love and Rockets.
Hey, what's up, Love and Rocket guys?
Hello, Frank.
Adam.
What's up?
All right, check this out. Now, my girlfriend and I are sexually active, and she likes it hard, rough. And so I give it to her, hard and rough. About 6 months ago, I ripped the wall between the vagina and the butthole.
That's the bathroom wall, isn't it?
Well, not that thick.
Now, Mr.
Now, there's plenty of lubrication. We have oral sex beforehand. She's nice and wet and moist and all that good stuff. And tonight we did it again, and it didn't rip, but it damn near did, and she's in a lot of pain.
Jeez.
And my question is there a way to avoid that but continue our sexual practices?
No.
She couldn't get some sort of sphincter brace or something to withstand some sort of like Kevlar strap-on truss system so that Frank could go to town on her.
No.
Frank, come on.
What?
She's not a bowling ball.
Well, she likes it like that.
Yeah, well, a lot of people like a lot of weird things. That doesn't mean you have to hurt them.
Well, I'm not trying to hurt her.
I know.
You have to try not to now, all right? You got that? Try not to. That's a hard concept for you to get, I know, but make an effort not to hurt her.
That is.
Well, no, I'm not trying. I mean, I'm trying.
I understand, but you're not being careful to try not to hurt her, and that's what you're going to have to do now.
It sounds like she wants to be hurt.
Yeah, but he's going to have to just be careful.
Yeah, but there's people say hurt me, but they don't say injure me or maim me. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, I like a little rough love. Drew will attest to that. I've been real naughty tonight, haven't I, Drew?
Yeah.
Okay, discipline me later. The point is people like a little butt slapping, and when a girl says, be tough and, give me a little love tap and all that, that's fine. But you don't take a sprinkler key out and whack her over the back of the head with it. That would be out of line, right?
Yeah.
You want to...
Everything in moderation, old boy.
Right. You want to be... You may want to be roughed up a little, but you don't want to be maimed. You don't want to be injured. You don't want to lose a leg having sex. God, I could only imagine that pain. You're ripping the... What is that part called, Drew?
Well, it's called a third-degree tear, really. It's what happens when women are giving birth.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If the episiotomy isn't done quickly enough or isn't done properly. Yeah.
Oh, my butt hurts just hearing.
That's
I don't
a
even have
terrible
a
tear.
vagina, and my vagina hurts. We're going to come back with the boys from Love and Rockets right after this.
LoveLine. 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 We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Chad Smith.
And this is Dave Navarro. We're from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
And you're listening to LoveLine with
Dr. Drew
and Adam.
Adam Carolla. Anyway, let me give the phone number out. 1-800-LOVE-191 and the fax number 310-854-4455. We're here with Daniel Ash, who needs to come closer to his microphone, Kevin Hoskins and David J., all from Love and Rockets. And their new CD, Sweet F.A., is the one to look for. We're going to play another song called Pearl a little bit later. And now we're going back to the phones. Oh, man. Jisoo?
Yes.
Wow. What's up?
I'm
Hey.
a huge Love Rockets fan. So I want to say hi to Dr. Drew
Jisoo.
and to Adam Carolla
Yeah.
and Love Rockets. I studied your Bauhaus, and when I was studying in London, I looked at all your exquisite corpse photos, and I was just fascinated. You as artists were just amazing, so I'm a huge L&R fan.
Thank
Cheers.
you. Thanks.
Hello?
Yeah,
Hello.
you have a question
thank
for
you.
him?
Yes, I do. Being that I was raised on like Hemingway and romantic novels, I have these huge expectations. I mean, when I first read about sex in Hemingway, I always felt like the earth had to move when I'm having sex.
You mean that part where the old guy screwed the fish?
No, it's a bull. I think it's a bull.
Like in parallel to the arm.
Oh, he screwed the bull?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hemingway.
Then he punched the bull out, and then he got loaded.
Something like that.
Oh.
Then he shot the bull.
No. But I just felt something like metaphysical, something spiritual, and I'm supposed to be having sex. And I guarded my chastity belt until I was like 23. I had a great platonic relationship when I was 20. And at 23, I had physical sex with someone, and they were just not up to my standards. I was greatly disappointed because I think I had set myself up so much. So, like, now I'm 27, going 28. I masturbate all the time. But when I actually get to the point and I look at the guy, I just kind of go, no. And I go home and check off. And I don't know how to solve that problem.
It's a little bit like when you see the previews of a film where you see the build-up to a feature film. It's like I remember with the first Batman film that came out.
I'm sorry, I can't really hear too well.
Get close to the mic.
Oh, I begged him. Jisoo, I've tried everything I could. He won't listen.
You know, it's a little bit like when you see the advertising for a feature film. Like I remember with Batman when that first came out. Before it came out, it was sort of hyped up so much.
Right.
And then when you actually see the film, it's a letdown because your imagination runs wild before you see the film. And it's the same thing.
I mean, I have great sexual fantasies.
What do you think of when you're...
Masturbate and everything. I mean, I'm thinking of dominatrix, you know, because I'm totally into guiltless lust if you're truly...
Yeah, so am I. Absolutely.
Go into the oral sex thing.
Yeah, it's really healthy.
Orgasm, whatever, guiltless lust.
Wait, how many guys you had sex with?
I think that lust is really underrated anyway.
Can you give us your phone number?
I've had sex with one person that was when I was 23.
All right. So
well, you're 27, you've only had sex with one person.
Yeah.
All right, so why are you such an expert? I mean, you're into guiltless lust. You have all these fantasies.
Yeah, but that's with her hands and her head.
Well, I've read, like, D.H. Lawrence. I grew up on that. I read all
But you hear what she's saying? She's saying she needs the relationship in which there's a deep emotional and spiritual connection, and then she can achieve this freedom. And she has not found that relationship. I mean, this is a hard concept. You guys are looking at me blankly, like, what in the heck are you talking about?
I think the opposite. The opposite. I think that it's strictly a lustful thing. She should get into.
Let's ask her. Let's ask her. What is the deal? Is it that you could have pure lustful sex without any emotional connection, or that if you had that spiritual and emotional connection that you read about with Hemingway and D.H. Lawrence, that then you'd have the freedom to experiment?
Well, I think when I say lust and when I really emphasize the guiltless lust,
I think you're getting it mixed up with romance.
Right. Well, see, I think like when you truly love someone, you have like totally free.
Right, and that's what she
uninhibited.
Right.
It's romance. That's romance.
Well, it's an emotional world. It's an intense emotional world that women live in and men don't. And for a woman, that's the ultimate. That's the ultimate fantasy for a woman. Men, it's hard even to grasp that.
Jisoo, listen.
Yeah.
It's much more physical.
The only thing you should be reading is the label on the mattress. Do you understand? Put down the damn Hemingway.
I was an English major, so...
Who cares? I was a ceramics major. Don't see me rubbing clay on my girlfriend.
Yeah. And people call me up, like, wanting me to say that stuff, like a 900 number, and I'm like, go study, you know?
Jisoo, listen. you're steeped in this make-believe world. This is reality now. Do you understand? Do you want some good sex? Find yourself a guy, drink a six-pack.
Yeah, drink the six-pack and also get the lighting right.
No, what I'm afraid of is lying.
No, lighting.
The lighting. Get the lighting
I
right
hate
so
to
that everything looks
manipulate
right.
or to lie to myself or to the other guy.
Turn the lights off.
You'll have guilt in life, you know?
Yeah, turn the lights off and
You'll
like
feel
it'll all
guilty.
come true.
I don't
Jisoo.
want to feel guilty.
Jisoo, your crotch is going to dry up in another few years. Do you understand? You'll never been with a man.
Sexual peak.
Oh, you're only good on paper. Write a manual. Come on. This is sex. This is the real world. You have to learn by experimentation.
Is that your advice, Adam?
My advice is the only way to really enjoy sex,
Yes.
and the only way to really learn about sex and experience sex is to have sex.
But have the relationship first. You'll find that person, and then you can follow Adam's rule,
I
okay?
pretty much went everywhere to find her.
All right. I had enough of her. She's going to ruin it for us. Everyone else is going to start thinking that way.
It's out there somewhere, though. Keep looking.
Yeah, but a little less reading and a little more humping. That's what I have to say to Jisoo. Man, she's intellectualized things. Elisa.
Hello, Dr. Drew.
Alyssa.
Adam.
Yes.
Hi, David, Kevin, and Daniel.
Hello.
Wow.
Good evening.
Big Love and Rockets fan, Bauhaus fan, Tones on Tail fan. So
Bauhaus.
I'll be seeing you on the 19th.
That was the old man.
Yeah, but that's you were representing last time you were on, I think. No?
Anyways, I have a big life crisis, and I hope you can give me some kind of advice. I've been doing heroin for about probably 4 years now, and on methadone for a couple years.
Ugh.
And I would like to quit. I started prostituting about 3 years ago to support my heroin habit. And I ended up marrying a guy that was a John about 9 months after I met him. And
All right, let me just straighten things out for certain listeners. That methadone is the stuff that they put you on when you're trying to kick heroin. It's a legal drug, but they put you on.
It's a
not the
long
greatest.
acting. It's
Right.
a long acting heroin.
I'm just sort of clarifying things. And a John is the guy who paid for sex.
yeah.
Okay, continue.
Okay, well, this guy I married, he's Japanese. He doesn't show any kind of affection at all. And before we got married, we would have, and he was paying for it. We'd have sex probably 7 times a week. And now I'm lucky if we have sex every 2 months.
So he's not a John, he's a Ron.
I guess you could say that. But he supposedly he thinks I'm off heroin. I know he finds plastics in the bathroom and stuff and accuses me all the time. So he's not stupid, and he thinks that I've quit seeing Johns, but I still have seen. There's still about 5 of them that I see that I like. I really care about these people. Even if I quit heroin, I think I would probably still want to see them because I've known them for years. And
Sure. Well, it's just business is business.
Well, there's no way I don't think that any prostitute that could see somebody for that long and not have some kind of feelings for them.
How much do you charge?
Anywhere from $30 to $100.
Uh-huh. How long?
Well, if they want an hour, that's $70. So.
Oh, really? All right, using condoms and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a couple of minor things to tell your husband. You're hooked on heroin and you're prostituting.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I would want to tell him that. Actually, we didn't really get married because we were in love. He's from Japan.
You want to stay in the country.
Yeah, and, well, I always told him, well, if you can't get your visa, then we'll just get married. And then when came time his visa was up, he didn't even try and get a visa. He just assumed we were getting married, and we, kind of
All right.
pressured into it.
Well, what can we help you with?
Well, I want to know what kind of advice you could give me, what I should do, because, I don't want to do heroin anymore. I like to kick it.
First of all, how much methadone are you on now?
60 milligrams.
It is exceedingly difficult to get off 60 milligrams a day of methadone. You're going to have to go on a 21-day detox protocol. Towards the end of that, once you get down below about 20 milligrams, you are going to get intense withdrawal. The methadone withdrawal syndrome can last up to 8 weeks. It is like heroin withdrawal every day for up to 8 weeks. Heroin withdrawal takes 3 days. Anybody out there on heroin, don't get on methadone. Heroin withdrawal takes 3 days, 3 miserable days, maybe 5 miserable days.
Longer than that. I've been in jail for to a month and have been sick half the time.
That's methadone, though.
No, that's heroin. That's
Yeah.
why I was on methadone.
Don't talk to Drew. He was hooked on smack for 5 years in the 70s.
No, it's typically about a 3 to 5 day detox. You may feel lousy,
Yeah,
but the detox, the actual detox, is about 5 days.
Yeah,
The-
but you're
you don't
right.
feel right for 6 months.
You're doing the methadone and the heroin.
which basically all heroin addicts do.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like eating a Weight Watchers meal and then going out to Shakey's for a buffet.
It's like you eating the Weight Watchers to get between the shakies.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because you still chip the heroin on top,
Ugh.
and every heroin addict I've ever treated does that. And you're gonna have to get a 21 detox and 21-day detox, and once you're down below about 20 milligrams, you're gonna have to go into a hospital and spend at least 28 days there. This is a lifetime habit you've got. You've got multiple other issues going on here. It's going to take a long time and a lot of very difficult work to unravel all this.
Well, another thing is I don't know, a lot of heroin addicts I've talked to, they don't like sex, and I don't really like it either. You know, I never have orgasms. I have orgasms occasionally if I masturbate, but I never have orgasms.
All right, Elisa, let me say something. Orgasms are way down on the bottom of your list at this point in terms of things you need to deal with. Not naturally started to call as a big Love and Rockets fan. Now the guys are all leaning back with a puss on. Listen, Elisa, you're young, right?
Yeah, 23.
You're young, believe me. And time passes quickly. It really does. And change can happen rather quickly, even though it's difficult. I mean, you could be 25 and you could be working a good job, and this could just be a bad dream. Do you know what I'm saying?
Opiate addicts have marvelous recovery sometimes.
Yeah.
They really do. But here's a piece of data to file away. If you don't get meaningfully involved in recovery by the time you're 30 and you're a heroin addict, you will not live until 50. That's a statistical fact, Alyssa. I'm sorry.
I see all these people in the methadone clinic, and they're just, they have no teeth. They're 40 years old. They look like they're dying.
You don't want to be like that.
They will die. They will die. Okay.
But another thing is I like getting high, which is completely stupid. Because a lot of times they don't even get off on. I spend $100 and
right, Elisa.
don't even get off, and it's kind of it's just ridiculous the amount of money I spend.
Elisa, listen, you need help. You called because you need help. All right, you know it. So it's time to do something about it.
Get into a local facility. Get in fast.
And we'll be back.
Meanwhile, halfway across the city, in a small fish market in Chinatown.
Excuse me, could I get some fish?
In the meantime, LoveLine will be right back.
Yes, indeed. We are back here at LoveLine with the guys from Love and Rockets, Dr. Drew and myself, Adam Carolla. The phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. The fax number, 310-854-4455. The name of Love and Rockets' new CD is Sweet F.A., and you can look for that 1 week from today. That would be Tuesday, the 19th. We're going to play a little more from them a little later on. But for now, we're going back to the phones. Phil.
Hello, lads.
Hello, Phil.
How are we doing?
All right, how are you?
He's full of crap. This ain't a real limey accent.
Yeah? From Stockport, near Manchester.
Yeah, that's
all right.
It's authentic.
Okay.
You know it, lads.
Come on, who knows better than I?
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, you know where we're at. So what's going on?
Do they have a strange accent in that part of England, or?
It
Northwest
changes.
England.
Like,
Apparently.
10 miles down the road, you got a different accent. Like, we come from Northampton. If you go to Wellingborough, they've got a different accent. They say
That's
things
10
like,
miles away.
They say things like "oh where."
And if
which
you
we
go
don't say
if you
in
go to
Northampton.
Birmingham, they sound all like this.
Like Beatles?
Well, it's kind of.
No,
it's
a little bit like the
that's
Beatles.
Liverpool,
further north.
about 40 minutes away from Manchester.
There you go.
Phil?
Yeah?
Did you call to talk to your own? Did you have a question?
Yeah, these American women, they're really strange, aren't they? You know?
Yes, they're tan and luscious.
Huh?
Yes, they don't have the bad teeth and the pale skin and the scraggly hair.
No,
Steady on.
No, they're very nice. But
Steady on means I'm going to kick your ass in the Queen's English.
No, I'm like, I came over here like last summer studying, and
What are you studying?
economics.
Right.
Right.
You know, trying anyway.
You
Not
have
a-
to in
not a-
England.
Right,
Because they take, what, 90% of your taxes?
Yeah.
You better be smart with the 10% the Queen leaves you.
I'm getting stung.
Where are you ringing from? Where in America are you?
I'm in western Wisconsin at the moment.
I'm surprised they haven't run you right out of that town. Hey, you with the funny accent.
That's it, you know, they're very conservative and they don't like arguing, you know what I mean? We get drawn into many arguments, but it's this
All right.
Midwest, you know.
All right, you're having trouble with the American women.
Well, not trouble as much as, like, what's perceived
All right.
been forward and what's perceived has been rude. You know
Well,
what I mean?
we worked the fanny thing out.
Yeah, we don't even go into terminology like that because they're totally lost, you know what I mean?
All right, but Phil, be honest. You were no Don Juan when you were in England, were you?
I was all right, you know.
All right, you did all right. So what do you want to know?
Well, that's what I'm saying is what's perceived. So you get other girls coming up to you like, oh, your accent's so cool, you know, say something in English, so you say something in English. Or you in the accent-wise, and you just, you know, oh, that's so cool, you know, and so you get lots of attention, yeah?
Yeah.
But then, what's perceived has been forward, and what's perceived has been rude to take the next step, you know, to get hook up with all these chicks, you know what I mean?
Right.
Well, you're talking about chatting them up.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's very... Apart from
So you want
everything,
to,
you know, just...
That's your department.
You're talking to the right geezer.
That's Danny's department.
Daniel, go ahead. But he's in a band, so he just rips her shirt off right there and then even say anything.
No, that's not true. No, the accent over here does work wonders. It can work wonders. Yeah, it gets you a foot in the door. Put it that way.
That's for sure.
Well, where does it get your hand?
Yeah, but the thing is, well, what's your question anyway?
Phil.
What exactly is your
The
question?
question is the next step. How do we get this next step? Because I'm finding it pretty difficult. You know,
You're talking about getting
many
laid, then?
introductions, but the next step has been very hard to find. You know what I mean?
What, you mean getting laid?
Well, yeah, of course.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know, it's like that. To a degree, that depends on the individual.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
exactly. Every woman's
You know,
different.
it's like
aren't they?
Right.
You know, you could. It's okay. You got a foot in the door because you're chatting them up because they like your accent, and then you just have to take it one step at a time from
Right.
there, and then only you will know how far you can go if you've got any natural sus.
So,
you know, about
Daniel-
the situation.
One step at a time, Danny.
One step at a time.
Danny's pickup line is "You three wait in the bus." Am I right?
No.
So you know, like,
Come on.
you know, you got all your American friends and that, you know, and then and they'll go off and they'll talk all this stuff, you know, and they'll give them all this and that, talking all this and that, you know, and it seems to work wonders. But you hear some of the things that they say, and it just doesn't sound right coming out of an Englishman's mouth. Do you know what I mean?
Like what?
Oh, you know, all the baby. You know what I mean?
Right. Phil.
What, the sloppy stuff you're talking about?
Yeah, you know, just all the.
Well, you're saying you can't talk to them like that.
Not like, hey, baby, or so. You know.
What,
Just be yourself.
You thinking that's what they? You thinking that's what they want to hear then?
I hope not.
Well, so what's the problem?
No, that's saying that it's what do they expect? You know,
Phil, you're one of the drummers from Spinal Tap, aren't you?
It sounds like he's chatting them up and they're interested, and then, but at the end of the night, he's not getting his leg over. That's what you're talking about, isn't
Phil,
it?
are you vomiting on him? Because you sound like you're loaded now.
You're washing your teeth and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing that. But we went to see Guar the other week in Minneapolis. That was fun.
Douse your body
Phil.
in canoe.
Douse your body in canoe and wash all your teeth.
Have another pint and cheers.
Oh, and also another great one for pulling is humour.
Yeah.
Must have, get them laughing, then
Yeah,
you're
I
in.
got a feeling.
That's when you take your trousers off.
When you sound like.
That's it. Get them laughing. Just take
Yeah.
your underpants off. They'll start laughing. They'll get these stomach cramps and everything, and then you're in, or actually you're out. If they start laughing at that stage, you're definitely out.
All right, now we're done with the surly, foul-mouthed Phil, and we're going on to bigger and better things, namely Love and Rocket's new CD, F.A., and the song Pearl.
This is no ordinary girl. Ain't got no jaded feeling. Behind the fooling lies the strain. For a vision to come, I must come clean. And it's a bad, such a bad state of affairs that she holds in the palm of her hand. And it's a bad, such a bad state of affairs. I hope she can understand it. This is no ordinary pearl. I ain't got no jaded feeling. This is no ordinary girl. She jokes as she stares at the ceiling. Deep down you're drowning, I can see the tears. Deep down you just don't have a clue. How's a crippled man inside? How's the hopeless Mr. Blue? This is no ordinary girl. I ain't got no jaded feeling. This is no ordinary girl. I ain't got no jaded feeling. This is no ordinary girl. I ain't got no jaded feeling.
Oh, just sitting here and reminiscing about this C word with the lads from Lovin' Rockets. Who, by the way,
Coca-Cola.
are starting their tour the 17th of March. I guess that is, this Sunday? They'll be in Palo Alto, California. They're going to Portland the 19th. They're going to be in San Francisco, 22nd, Los Angeles, Phoenix, Arizona, and then in April they're Washington, D.C. I'm only reading the markets we're in, by the way. Chicago, Denver, and rounding it out the 15th of April, they're going to be in Pomona, California. So look for them when they come to your town, and we'll be back.
LoveLine will be right back. And if you're not here, we'll hunt you down and shoot you in the head. Just kidding.
Well, we have 2 minutes. I say we try. We try the call. I know it's going to be a certain death, but here we go.
What's this called?
Darren, this is the 2 openings. Darren?
Hey, man.
Real fast. You're on LoveLine.
Okay, Dr. Drew, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
It seems like in the crack of my butt, I have like an extra hole. Like, not like a big hole or anything, but just like size of an eraser. And it like...
Where is it?
It's like inch and a half above a regular hole.
Not the kind of race your teacher tells you to go outside and bang out, right?
No.
No, okay.
You know what? So it's not down between your legs.
No.
Okay.
It's not between Scrotumburg and Annisville?
No, it's up like at the top of the
above Annisville.
Oh, above South Annisville?
Yes.
North Annisville.
Okay, that'd be in Crack County?
Right.
All right. I'm still moving to Boobville after the show, by the way.
That Darren is probably something called
if they'll have you.
That's it. We're going together.
Darren, something called a pilonidal cyst.
Okay.
It's a sinus tract. It goes in. It sort of eats into the soft tissue there. It needs to be taken out. They can get infected. They can be a real mess. It could also be a fistula tract from the rectum, but the location you're describing to me, at least, sounds more like a pilonidal cyst. It gets inflamed once in a while, right? It hurts a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Drain some clear fluid or pus out of it.
Clear fluid, blood, pus.
Yeah. Get it taken out, okay? Because it's not going to get better by itself. They can be quite extensive sometimes.
Okay.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Aren't you glad you took that?
Yes, I feel better. I'm ready to eat.
Pilonidal means nest of hair, if you really want to get into it.
Pilonidal?
It's probably, because there's just debris in them usually.
Yeah, I got like furniture and stuff in that area of my body. I mean, I really pick up stuff. I got like an ottoman hanging off my ass at this point. I want to thank the lads from Love and Rockets because
when's the takeout arriving?
They were great sports. I want everybody to go buy their CD, Sweet FA, which is out in a week. That would be the 19th. That would be Tuesday. They're going to be on tour. They're back. They haven't been on tour since '89. They're back. They're going to be all over
1889.
Be all over the
all
place.
over North America. So
all
go
over you.
find them. Drew and I will be back all over this show tomorrow night.
If you are still listening, you may feel the urge to touch yourself.
So that's it then.
You have been listening to LoveLine. The opinions expressed on LoveLine by Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew, or anyone are not necessarily ours. Be happy. Be happy. Happy, happy, happy.
I'm happy.
LoveLine's producer is Ann Wilkins. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.